Right. Road to profitability. I'm literally a break-even trader right now. Like, it's so unreal. So, I know I didn't say anything in my first video because my first video wasn't made for a YouTube channel. This is, man, all these videos I'm making are actually to help me get better. I'm not trying to be YouTube famous. I'm not trying to sell no course. I'm not trying to have students. I'm using this strictly as a tracker to track my progress and to teach myself because being a teacher helps you learn a ton. So, we went over a trade I missed on Tuesday. We're going to go over a trade I missed today. Plus, I want to say before that, I'm not emotional about it. All I can say is I watched this trade happen and I could have entered. I wanted to enter. The risk was too high. This morning was super choppy and we already dropped like 900 handles on market open. So this is just a review because I think reviewing over time will make me better and see more and be more confident in my trades. All right, that's the end of the beginning of the rant. Market open 9:30 right here. On market open, we literally moved 900 handles. It was insane. 902 handles. The Nasdaq moved 3% on market open. That right there is enough to be like, I probably shouldn't trade today. Let's be honest. Like, if you're smart, especially as a beginner trader, you're not even going to trade. So I just figured I'd spectate. The morning macro, 950 to 10, I didn't really like. I will show some entries that I did see, but it wasn't like a high confluence. We had a 4-hour fair value gap right here. Also, Mark, remember this, Tristan. See these smooth highs right before this fair value gap was made? That's like strong as shit. Anyways, right at 959, it touches that fair value gap. Right here at 10:01, it closes above, making a 1 minute change state delivery. Some guys that I saw on X entered here as easily a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, heading to the top side. But let's look at what I saw, what I liked more. And of course, once it dropped that far, I didn't have really a high time frame bias. So I'm gonna just start on the 15 minute. On the 15 minute and the 5. Put the 5 over here. So on the 15 minute, we created a 15-minute fair value gap, 945 to 10. Same with the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, I don't have it marked, but it's an overlapping fair value gap of the exact same. So we have an overlapping fair value gap and just sitting below the 50% of the morning move. So the high to low from market open to around 10 a.m. We hit 50%, our consequent encouragement. So we entered a premium. And then on when we entered that premium, we had the 5 minute inverse that's on fair value. Yep, thought it was going bullish here, but then it closed below it. And we get this 5 minute retracement from the high to the low. We get OTE 70.5. These are all ICT concepts. That is 727.75. Look at this number, 727.75. And this one's a little lower, 727.50. So to the tick, it respected this. Um, so we got enters a premium, we got a 5 and 15-minute fair value gap with 5 minute OTE. That's a good 3 confluences right there. But again, this chop had me nervous, I'm not gonna lie, and this big down movement. But anyways, on the 1 minute, I think I'm finding out that trades more towards the end of the macro or even after the macro are better than trades at the beginning. The beginning, I feel, are for the early birds, the guys that want to get in a little too quick. And if they ask for too much, you could get a good little run. But if you ask for too much, that shit's gonna reverse on you in the macro. Or not all the time, but it's very likely towards the end of the macro it reverses. Anyways, On to the next. 50% or enters a premium. Got overlapping fair value gaps. 5-minute OTE. Drop to the 1 minute. 1 minute creates a 1 minute BPR and a 1 minute change in state delivery once it drops below this. 1 minute right there. Look at that. We got 1 minute CISD right there. 1 minute BPR, 1 minute change of state delivery. Trades above it, closes below it. Right here, I was kind of wanting to enter on this candle. I'm not going to lie. I was really watching it. But sometimes those 5 minute candle closers, I know it's a 1 minute fair value gap, but for a 5 minute close below it, if you watch out for this, anyone that may ever watch other than myself, you'll find that the 5 minute likes to sometimes use these 1 minute fair value gaps. Because check this out. This candle, this 5 minute candle hadn't closed right here. So this OTE wasn't a guaranteed OTE because we all know how fast that shit could turn around in 2 minutes. Because that candle didn't close till right here, so it still had 1, 2, 3 more minutes that easily could have been, whatever. Anyways, though, so that candle actually closes below that 5 minute fair value gap. It closes right here. 11:09, that 5 minute candle closes. 11:10, the first minute of the next 5 minute candle, we have this 5 minute or this 1 minute fair value gap. This 1 minute fair value gap bottom is 29.660.25. The next 5 minute candle goes to 660.75. So it goes in there by 2 ticks. Ooh. It goes in there by 2 ticks, 50 cents. It hits that shit and then runs down. So if you would have waited for the very end of the macro, I don't know why that was confusing to me. If you waited for that last minute, for that 5 minute to close, just to make sure it was going to close on OTE and just to close down, you could have waited till this next 5 minute candle opened. And I mean, if you would have got the very top of that candle, I know that's kind of asking for a lot. You could have got a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. I'm also going to just say that I don't have a lot of FOMO because I like that shit to blow past my take profit and not just wick past it a few handles. I mean, you can't be too picky. I would have been very thankful for this if I was able to get it. But man, I should have entered once that 5 minute candle closed below here and it just touched it. I should have just like entered. But the risk today was crazy, in my opinion. It was crazy. Like this 660 to 489. I'll be honest, I'm not doing that math right now. Or yeah, 489. I'm probably gonna have to do like 171 handles. 171 handles. From here to my stop loss would have been 85. So you're talking about $160 or more for stop loss on one contract on the micro. That's, I'll be honest, since I'm not profitable yet, that's a little high risk for me. A lot of my trades are like $70 in risk. It's like 1 to 2 with 140 take profit. So that's more than I ask for and more than I risk. And I wasn't about to take that high of a risk in all of this chop, especially on this big of a movement, all of this chop. But I do feel that going over these, recording them, posting them, rewatching them will get me more accustomed to these kind of moves, more accustomed to this kind of price action, a better trader, a better teacher, and a better learner. No FOMO on missing this today for sure. Uh, I'm I'm making this YouTube channel for myself, but I feel like I gotta say this. I don't care what anyone says. I was sitting right here and I wanted to take it so bad. I wanted to take it so bad watching all of these, and I was just like, I wasn't ready to risk more than $160 for damn sure. So, um, but I'm gonna start making these videos every day I see something as perfect as this or my first video I made. Like that trade was just beautiful. Or I didn't even take it, but if I was able to take that trade, it would have been absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all. I think last note is when I mean late macro, for I think the better trades come in late macro, it's not even meaning that like late macro is 11:10. It's like 11:15 is late macro for me at the very end. This seems when the market really is deciding where it wants to go, when it wants and where it wants to go. Like by 11:20, most of the time it's decided its direction and it's going to head there aggressively. Today, of course, was a, after this drop, it's of course just going to do some bullshit for a while. But you start paying attention, that 20 minutes after is is a heavy number that stays heavy on if your trade is right by 11:20 it's going to start rushing there, and if it's wrong it's coming in for your stop loss fast.